Howdy, Brazos Valley. This is Hayden Riley, broker with Inhabit Real Estate Group, with your MLS update. This is where I go over the previous month's real estate statistics to share with you what has been going on in the Brazos Valley. And keep in mind, this information is general information provided by the Texas Association of Realtors, by the Bryan College Station MLS, and by the Texas Real Estate Center. It is general information for the entire area. If you'd like to know how this applies specifically to you, please feel free to reach out to me at haydenriley.com or on Facebook at Hayden Riley Realtor. Without any further ado, why don't we go ahead and get started? Howdy, folks. It is December of 2022, which means, of course, we're going over November's numbers. So let's go ahead and get started. First, we're looking at the average days on market. Red is 2022, yellow is 2021, blue is 2020, 2019 is gray, and 2018 is purple. And those last two are our pre-pandemic years. So let's keep an eye on that relative to where we are right now. Now, as far as days on market, this is for active listings, and we snuck back down from the brink of 90 last month, or October, down to 84. Usually you don't see a huge dip in average days on market from month to month like this. I don't know if I'd call it huge. It's substantial, but trend-wise, we're used to seeing an uptick in average days on market relative to the summer, which 84 definitely is. So now we've stayed really, really lower than previous years this year, and most of that is an after effect of low inventory, low interest rates, lots of buyers out there, and that's slowly changing. Higher interest rates now, as well as higher amounts of inventory. So that's going to change things for us. Now, if we're below the 120-day mark, we are in a seller's market, and we are definitely well below that. So keep that in mind. Next, we're looking at units sold. There were 231 last month, which is right on par with pre-pandemic numbers. We are used to seeing a dip in closings in November and December relative to the summer and spring months. I suspect that once we get back to January, that things will kick back into gear, and we'll do it all over again, essentially. Now, where we are right now, if you look at the trajectory of 2022, we are somewhere between the peak of the real estate market back in 2021 and where we were in pre-pandemic years. So definitely it's had its effect on us. As to whether or not we are going to stay at at the pre-pandemic level, I don't know. We'll probably see more clues whenever the spring rolls around next year. But next we'll take a look at the new listings taken. As we saw back in May and June, we had that blip on the screen, 633 and 640 respectively, when builders threw a lot of their inventory on the market all at once. But except for those months, we've pretty much stayed on trend for the whole year. And this month, or November, was no exception at 323. Bryan College Station housing report. This is for just the two cities. The last three slides were for the 7-county area. This is just for the two cities. The median price point is $307,500, which is up 15.2%. So we're still appreciating year over year. Active listings are up 76.1%. Days on market, we're at 89, so a little bit higher than that 7-county area number of 84 that we were looking at previously. The price distribution with the lion's share between 200 and 400,000, and that's pretty much the new norm now that prices are increasing. Closed sales are down 20.8% relative to this time last year, yet we have 2.3 months of inventory, which is a signifier of a pretty active market. That just means that if we were to sell the same number of properties in the next month and didn't add any new inventory, how many months would it take for us to completely deplete our inventory? 2.3 months. So it is higher than where we were this time last year, but keep in mind that 6 months is an indicator of a balanced market where the buyer and the seller don't have the advantage over each other. So we are pretty firmly still in a seller's market right now. And lastly, what we're going to do is take a look at, I can't say we're looking into the future, but this is my attempt at doing that, where we look at the last week's active listings and how many of those listings went under contract as a percentage of the active listings. So 51 new pending listings in the last week, or from the 3rd to the 9th, and that's of 1,007 active listings. So 5.1% of our market went off the market under contract. So actually that's still a very active market, especially for holiday months. You can see we're looking at the blue line. That's our 2022 line. So yes, we're not operating at the same level that we were last year. But as I've mentioned in previous statistics, same things apply here, that we have higher interest rates, we have more inventory. So that's going to affect these numbers. Now, what does all of this mean for you? It really just depends on your individual situation, whether you're a buyer, a seller, or just a property owner who's trying to figure out what his property tax bills are going to look like. Either way, please feel free to click on the link below and schedule some time offline. You can either we can schedule time on the phone or in person just to discuss your individual situation. Otherwise, I hope this has been helpful and wish you a very happy and safe holiday season.